Hi, good morning, everyone. Hi, is this working? Yeah, it's working. Cool. Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Alex Lee. I'm running for Assembly District 25, which encompasses the regions of Northern San Jose, Santa Clara, Milpitas, as well as Fremont and Newark. So I have a two-county district. It's my great honor to be running as a Democratic nominee for this seat. As I grew up in this area, I've lived here for 25 years. That's how old I am for District 25. And, to answer some of the questions that were posed to me early on is, I am unequivocally supportive of universal healthcare and healthcare for all. It's especially important as in the next coming decades, more and more folks will be aging into the senior range, and it'll be more and more incumbent upon generations like mine and even below to be taking care of our seniors. And that's why I support funding, full robust funding for human health and human services budget, as well as universal health care. I think in California, we can get there. There are going to be challenges, especially if the federal government remains as challenging as it is today. But I think California, being the fifth largest economy in the world, can afford to do so. And in the South Bay, in the Silicon Valley, where there is rampant income inequality, where the haves and have nots are so clear as night and day, it is an absolute disgrace that we do not use the economic measures that we all have opportunity, leverage to achieve these things. So a bit about my background, I should probably say, is that I worked in the state capitol and in the state senate and the state assembly. I worked for state assembly member Evan Lowe, as well as state senator Henry Stern, who is a Southern California member. And having that direct experience in the capitol, I think is going to translate to progress and let me hit the ground running on day one. In our primary campaign back in March, which feels like a lifetime ago, I ran against eight other people, 7 Democrats, and even though we were outspent 15-1, we ran a strong grassroots progressive campaign and we were able to win the day amongst all Democrats. To this day, still, I do not take any money from corporations, the fossil fuel industry, police unions, the real estate association, developers, a lot of folks that we pledge not to take money from because we believe in clean money campaigning and directly representing the people, not corporate special interests. As Senator Bell had mentioned earlier in the call, there is an army of specially paid contract lobbyists from all these associations that go around their days to lobby members, right? My priority is going to be representing you, the constituents. So hopefully when we can, when you come visit me or I come visit you down here, I have the time in my schedule because it's not going to be booked full of lobbyists. And that, I think, is the real way of the future of our progressive vision, where people refuse this kind of money so we can make this policy without the undue influence of corporations. Because we have to acknowledge that, especially here in Silicon Valley, tech corporations wield enormous power, whether it become money or lobbying power. And I'm happy to say I'm free of all that, so I can make just the best policy for people. My policy or my vision of policy making is always going to be putting people first above someone else's industry or their profit. And in that respect, in solving the housing crisis, which was the top concern of mine in the primary and still is, I'm one of those young people that I can only afford to live here. This is the bedroom I grew up in. This is the only reason I can still live in the Bay Area. I live with my family, and that's the reality of most people. And whether you're young, you're old, or you're middle aged, you are struggling to get by in your hometown right now. It's just way too inaffordable to live in the Bay Area, and that's why I'm going to be spearheading efforts that put the public interest ahead of the private industry. So I do support things that are common sense and will make sure that the market is building the right amount of housing. But at the same time, we have to stress the social good. So I'm going to be hopefully pioneering in California, what's called social housing, which is putting the public in charge as an alternative option to building housing. Instead of saying 20% affordable housing by law, I'm hoping to flip that equation. So we build at costs, so perhaps 80% affordable at different incomes. So it's a different vision. And honestly, it's what our school districts are already doing. A lot of school districts, even over here where I live in Eastside Union, are already saying, hey, why don't we build teacher housing? And if school districts getting into the real estate industry is not a wake-up call for us, that something is very seriously wrong. I don't know what will be. I don't know how much time I have or if I get my opponents.
You have about 1 minute.
Okay, very good. I'm just used to during debates that I just quickly do my 1 minute and I'm done. But anyways, really hope to talk more about my vision today and what's going to happen. I was told after the primary that if we win in November, I will be the youngest Asian Pacific Islander ever elected in in California. At the age of 25, I'm also the first bisexual state legislator ever as well. And I really hope to bring that new vision to the Capitol with my old experience of being in the Capitol as well. And if we don't get a chat, feel free to check out my website, which is @votealexlee.com. And my email is ca.alex.lee@gmail.com. And you can always reach me there too. All right, thank you.